Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. If you're watching this, it's probably because you want everyone to believe you've got it handled, yeah? But secretly, your truth, your real truth is so different. I see you. You're looking for a way to make changes while feeling that even the tiniest change feels hugely unsafe, because you are the central cog of everything, your business, your family, your entire universe. And inside, you are worrying and wondering if burnout might be the problem. You can't switch off. You feel like asking for help is a giant neon sign flashing above your head saying failure. Yeah. The joy you once had in your life, yeah, in your business, it's buried under layers and layers and layers of stress. So today I'm going to get a bit spicy and I'm going to share with you the 5 profound lessons that have come out of my personal development journey that took me from managing a £6.4 million budget at British Telecom to becoming the purple-haired coach that you all know and love, hopefully, making an impact with individual business owners. Now that impact then ripples out through their business and through their clients. So that's how I like to make a dent in these problems. I've worked with women with eating disorders. I've worked with people pleasers, housewives, and other women. I've even worked with men and with couples. But this isn't just my story, yeah? This is a blueprint for reclaiming your sanity, your joy, your energy without your business catching fire. So, thing is, right, you've been conditioned to believe that burnout is some kind of terrifying monster, yeah? A sign of failure to be avoided at all costs. You've been taught to push and push and push. But what if burnout isn't actually a bad thing? Yeah. What if it's the most powerful, albeit painful, lesson that you desperately need to learn? Yeah, I know. Hear me out. Um, I know. Let's take you back a bit. Yeah, back in the early 2000s, I had been contracting with British Telecom for some time by then, and it was genuinely the best job ever. By sort of 2000, 2001-ish, 2003-ish, I was deep in the thick of corporate life, yeah? Managing a whopping 6.4 million budget. I loved the challenge. I loved the pace. I loved the relentless doing, yeah? But then things started to shift for me, yeah? And I found that I was working more and more from home, as well as in the office. And while this was happening, I was becoming less effective, even though I was doing more hours. My body, bless her cotton socks, yeah, started to send me signals. They were subtle at first, and I only saw them looking backwards, but they became increasingly more urgent. I started to get tremors. It was almost like that kind of feeling you get when you're either really off it on adrenaline or really stressed or really worried. But I felt surprisingly calm, but I still had these tremors. And it kind of worried me while I was driving, particularly. Now, these little signals, right, I ignored. I ignored every single one of them, yeah? And when I was eventually, several years later, asked to teach my job, all of the rules and the regs and the procedures to a BT Permie, it's permanent staff, whose role had actually been shipped out to India, part of me had this like weird sense of relief, like the universe's hints were getting audible. Yeah. Tanya, honey, you're not listening to my nudges. So, yeah, that job got handed over. I went out into the world and got other jobs. And by the time I got to about 2010, the mystery illness that I had been dealing with had become like full on. It sounds dramatic, but I literally couldn't work more than 3 days in a row as a delivery office manager for Royal Mail before I would completely crash for 3 days straight. And to be honest, it made really good business sense for them to just let me go. Yeah. So I took the medical redundancy that was offered. And from June 2011 to the first Monday in March of 2012, my life became a blur of hospital visits, endless tests and retests. Thankfully, loads and loads of precious time with my incredibly loving husband. And then the universe decided to take a cosmic-sized spanner and chuck it in the works. And in a moment, my husband was gone. Yeah, that suddenly. He had advanced heart disease. The period that followed March 2012 consisted of a complete demolition and rebuild of my entire world. Yeah, burnout, then rebuild. Because the whole grieving thing took me right off the edge, straight into burnout. It was messy. It was brutal. In fact, it was so brutal that I have very few memories in that first 3-year period. Thankfully, I kept a very detailed journal and diary, so I do know what went on, but I don't have any memories of that time. It was a hard-hitting lesson, and it was absolutely needed. I mean, yeah, I wished desperately that I didn't have to learn it that way. Yeah. And it taught me that pushing through is not brave. Yeah. It's just the fast track to collapse, full and complete burnout and collapse. For me, that painful crash of burnout plus grief lasted those 3 full years. Yeah. And it was all because my somatic system, yeah, the brilliant, intricate entity that carries us through life, yeah, this body didn't need any more pressure right at the moment where I had piles and piles of pressure. I'm blushing now. This is just remembering the stress of the time, yeah. What I actually needed was like precision effort that felt soulful and comforting and compassionate and connected. Yeah. So by the time we got to sort of 2015, 2016, I started looking for support for me. The thing is with your somatic system, your body, right, is when you ignore all of the whispers, like I did, and then ignored all of the shouts, yeah, you are forcing the energy to flow through sheer willpower and a truckload of guilt. And if you are doing that right now, then seriously, burnout is in your future, right? It's not a punishment. Yeah. It's not failure. It's a safeguard. It's like pressure cookers. Do people still have pressure cookers? Anyway, pressure cookers, you put the lid on tight and it's got this little valve so that when it gets up to pressure, it goes and lets off steam. And that's what I mean about like a pressure cooker letting off steam is a loud, like undeniable signal. Yeah. So let's get back to the point. Why am I sharing all of this raw, personal, painful stuff with you? Well, it's because my experience is still repeating. Yeah. Women all around me and all across the flipping planet are still pushing too hard. You're still terrified to ask for help. You've lost your joy. Yeah. And you believe that you have to do everything for everyone. This is a deep-seated need to perform, yeah, and be the good girl. Yeah. It's your nervous system. It's been wired from being raised as a little girl, people pleasing. Yeah. It's the way that we've been raised for several hundred years, and we're still being raised like that now. You literally cannot see the problem because it's something that you actually feel you want to do. Yeah, it's help everybody. It's something that society rewards you for. Yeah. Career women still have families and rewarding sex lives and hobbies, and they volunteer everywhere. Yeah. But here's the real effing game changer. Yeah. Burnout could be your inner compass. Just think about that for a second. It could be your deep, intuitive core finally slamming on the brakes. It's your body and the universe saying, honey, you've abandoned yourself. You are out of alignment. It's time for forced reset, forced rest. And if it means that I have to make you ill, yeah, that's what I'm going to do, because you're not listening to the gentle nudges. And I'm not being self-righteous about it. God, no, because I did it myself. Yeah. And, even more recently, I've got to a point recently, at the time of recording, but, recently, where I nearly shut my whole business down because I'd been doing and doing and doing and doing and doing and not being. Not looking at how all of this doing was taking my business out of alignment from where I wanted to go. Yeah. My mission. My mission is really simple. I just want to pay the bills, walk the dog, and help humanity one person at a time. And that was the 3-point mission that I set out probably 4 years ago. And I'm drifting away from that by looking at evergreen community and group courses and things like that. And it's taking me away from that targeted support of individuals so that that support then ripples out. Yeah. Now, where was I? The thing is, with my intense personal and professional breakdown, is it's gifted me 5 non-negotiable truths, 5 non-negotiable lessons. There are a few more, but these are the 5 non-negs, as I call them these days. And I literally live by these. If something feels a little bit, yeah, I'll look at these 5 lessons. I'll remind myself. I have them printed out on the wall over there. Yeah. And this is why I want to get back to teaching women like you so that you don't have to hit rock bottom to learn them for yourself, right? This is going to save you time. This is going to save you getting sick. Yeah. These lessons will allow you to rewire even the hidden patterns and possibly even reclaim your life. Yeah. So these are big. Are you ready? If you haven't got a pen, right, pause the video, go get one. The 5 lessons are: number 1, Tell the people you love how you feel about them. Yeah. Every single damn day, even when you're fighting, even when you don't like them very much. Yeah. If you love them, tell them. Now, this lesson is not about just avoiding regret, though that is a part of it. Yeah. It's actually about being present. It's about acknowledging the authentic connection between you and the people you love. When you are constantly on, switched on for your business, yeah, your personal relationships will suffer. Fact. Yeah. Don't wait for a crisis to open up. Don't use I love you as part of an apology. Share your heart, share your joy, share your frustrations with them. Show up fully for the people who matter to you most. Number 2, release yourself from everyone else's bullshit. Yeah. It's not serving you. And not only that, but it's not even yours to carry. Yeah. Now, this is juicy, right? We are conditioned to be people pleasers, to say yes to everything, yeah? To absorb everyone else's energy and problems, to fix it all. But when every single yes that we say is to someone else, yeah, we are saying no to ourselves. It's like a little chisel chipping away at your energy, your time, your joy, your you-ness, your enoughness. Your enoughness is precious. You may not realize it, but it is a finite resource. It does run out. Yeah. And when you do run out of enoughness, all that's left is burnout. Yeah. Self-sabotage and burnout. So stop letting other people's drama, yeah, or expectations of you dictate your internal state. Yeah. Or your business focus for that matter. Yeah. Someone's telling you how to run your business and it's not aligned, and you find that saying yes to what they're telling you to do feels like a big ass no to you. Yeah. Don't keep saying yes to them so that your business drifts away from your own alignment. Grab it back. This is why I really focus on clean, meaningful coaching containers. Yeah. In a broader sense, it's about effective boundaries. Yeah. So, number 3, forgive yourself for everything your brain said or did whilst you were in survival mode. It is not a fault in your wiring. Yeah. It's the wiring that is there to keep you safe. This is a crucial thought for high-performing A-type women to carry around with them. Yeah. It's carried around with me when I notice that I'm doing things up in survival mode, and I pull myself back and I put my hands on my chest like this, close my eyes and say, I forgive myself for all that I did while in survival mode. I forgive myself for all that I said while in survival mode. And then I pick my ass up, yeah, and get out of it. The thing is, if you stay there, you will find yourself judging yourself harshly, you know, for past decisions, for mistakes you made when you were, in real terms, drowning. Yeah. But when you're in survival mode, your nervous system is simply doing its job, yeah, trying to keep you safe, keeping you alive. It knows nothing about right or wrong. Yeah. And when you acknowledge that wiring and understand it, you can then choose to rewire it, releasing the guilt with that forgiveness. Yeah, being thankful that your nervous system and that your brain, the oldest part of your brain back here, is there to keep you safe, to keep you alive. You did what you had to do. Now, let's move towards some thriving things. Number 4, learn to reconnect with your body. She will surprise you every single day. Your body isn't just a meat suit, a vehicle that carries your essence around on this planet. It is your most powerful, wise, intuitive supporter. It holds the key to flow, to alignment, to your energy, to your creativity. Yeah? How many of you get what I call the 3 a.m. spirals? Yeah? When you wake up suddenly, unclear about why, you've got no idea, you're just bolt awake. That is your body screaming at you. That's the exhaustion that you're hiding. Your body is sending you a loud, flashing signal. And the only time it's getting through is when your conscious mind is not stuffing it down. Hence 3 a.m. Yeah? My somatic, my somatic methodology isn't just talk therapy. It engages your body to find those answers, to actively release stored tension, to access wisdom that your mind can't do on its own. Yeah? Your body will guide you every single day if you let her. So trust her. Number 5. Oh, I'm steaming up. Number 5 is about smiling. Yeah? Sharing your smile. Because you are right where you need to be, right? And no matter what's going on around you, yeah, if you can remain certain that you are right where you need to be, smiling is going to come natural. Yeah. It's so simple that it has to be profound. Yeah. Quit fighting with your life. Yeah. Every twist and turn, every challenge, every breakdown, every pivot has led you to right now, this moment, this exact moment. Right now, you are where you need to be in order to make the next shift. So my advice is quite simply stop striving for some perfect future that's way over there. Yeah. Just embrace the lessons, embody your power, show up authentically. Your presence heals others, though you might not know it. Your presence does heal others. Being present is what's important. You don't have to, perform like some puppet on a string. You just have to show up as you are and smile. Yeah. So let's run through those one more time. Tell people you love them. Yeah. Do not get caught up in other people's bullshit. Forgive yourself for your actions and your thoughts while in survival mode. Learn to reconnect with your body and smile. Now, it is my personal and raw lived experience that fuels my methodology. Yeah, that's why I'm known for being able to cut through the fluff and get straight to the job of rewiring, especially when we're talking about the hidden burdens and the hidden patterns that are sometimes really obvious to me when they're hidden from you. Yeah. I can see you heading for burnout before you get there, right? And I can spot your burnout even when you are. denying it. Yeah. So if you are a mature female running your business and your family, oh, buddy, darling, that's Buddy. Buddy is a part of my coaching experience. He's actually head of, what are you? Head of client happiness. Yes. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, if you're a female running your business and your family and volunteering and even if you're not doing all of those and you're just secretly drowning, yeah, if you are tired of waking up at 3 in the morning, right, or tired because you're waking up at 3 in the morning, and the exhaustion that no one sees because you are so damn good at hiding it, yeah, you do not have to stay there. You do not have to stay there. You don't have to wait for the universe or your body to force your hand into chronic illness or a 3-year crash. Yeah, that's happened to me. You deserve a life that gets better as your business scales, not worse. Yeah, it's that simple, really. You deserve a space to breathe without your online business catching fire. Yeah? You deserve a team that runs without needing you 24/7 so that you can take a break when you need to. You deserve energy to show up for your life, not just your inbox. Yeah. Calm, clarity, and a work life that fits you. The system that I've developed over all of those years of working with those different kinds of women is designed to recalibrate your anxiousness, to help you slow down, to realign, to walk forward with integrity. Yeah. So are you ready to stop fighting your burnout and start listening to its wisdom? Are you ready to transform this curse into your greatest breakthrough? If any of this has resonated, yeah, if you're tired of all of this stuff and ready to get your joy on, yeah, I'm ready to listen. There will be a link in the description for you to book a really short connection call with me to see whether what I've got is what you need and to see if we're a good fit. That's all for now. Bye.